Hi, welcome back to my Utopia Let's Play. I am Godspeed. This is episode 7. Just finished up the perimeter on the world, so I want to get started cleaning this up because it has a ton of patchy work to it, a lot of areas of water, and just all the grass is kind of annoying. So I get started by just cleaning up all the path blocks because those are really annoying to just have in my way, especially since I'm repurposing the old ones and like uh, moving them around, just creating my own little pathways. So I had to chop a lot of that or level a lot of that down, and I also flattened just the normal ground a little bit because some of this terrain was like really hilly. I wanted to keep it more hilly than not because like usually I flatten things out too much, so I wanted some varying elevation. I finally get rid of this stupid little staircase that I've been using as reference point. I'll need to rebuild something kind of here so that I'm able to keep a little vantage point over my whole entire, uh, you know, utopia. So I take this down because it was kind of an eyesore and it was kind of reaching outside of the new border that I added. Just finishing up chopping down this whole area. I collected like so much dirt from this, but I used most of it actually to fill in all the gaps of like the water and things like that. I also tried to put down torches where I could. Uh, Hostile mobs can still spawn in the water, like drown and stuff. So if I ever build like farms, it might not be the best efficiency wise because there will be hostile mobs in the water. But anywhere where there was grass or dirt, I always tried to make it where it was only like a 1 block gap, or if it was 2 blocks, I would put down a torch so that nothing would spawn in that area. Um, Other than that, I mean, it's kind of just basically rinse and repeat. I did do a little bit of terraforming as well, trying to make the ground look a little bit natural in terms of how it kind of curves and stuff instead of just like really jagged edges and whatnot. So just a lot of connecting, and this took a few days worth of Minecraft days worth of time. Surprisingly, I did not think it would take as long. Which, I mean, it's like 4 or 5 times larger probably than the area that I originally started out with. So, and the area I started out with didn't really have any water, I don't think at all. So I did that. I smelted up a good amount of stone to get all these, I think it's chiseled stone bricks, and then just stone brick walls down. I'll eventually swap all the torches with lanterns, but I'm kind of poor right now, so I didn't want to waste time, like, collecting more iron or anything, or trading, I guess, for it, and then just getting a ton of iron, purely just for, you know, lanterns. So I was going for, I mean, I wanted to look nice, but I wanted it to be functional. So I wanted it to be lit up so I was able to start um, growing my trees as soon as possible. I kill so many wandering traders. It's crazy. I don't think I show all of them that I kill. I mean, might be the first one I even show on the series, but I wanted to show a couple of them because I was able to get some useful items from them. This one is the only one that's dropped an invisibility bottle because I hit him before he even used it. But I got from that one, I got um some like moss and stuff. This one, I got a cherry sapling. Um, I get a good amount of saplings from them from this. And even if they don't give a sapling, I do have kind of like a cheaty way of getting a sapling out of it. If they have a wood type, if I strip it, it allows me, whenever I mine it again, the game thinks it's something that I didn't place, like it was one that was grown. So if I use the skill for regrowth, where it automatically plants a sapling down, it can be used to create another sapling for it. So even if I don't have the option to buy a sapling from the wandering trader, I do have the option to get the logs. So the logs also, it's like 5 or 10. I don't know how much you can usually do, but like it's still a good amount. So each one of those individually is another sapling. So it's a pretty good workaround of uh getting some more saplings. I still have yet to get a spruce sapling though, unfortunately. I really wish I would have picked one up, but oh well. Right now I'm just kind of working on building an area to get myself better kitted out because I need to be getting better enchantments. My armor is it's diamond, but it's not even full diamond. I don't even have a diamond helmet, so I'm very squishy. I was able to get an acacia sapling from one of the wandering traders. I think even it was previous episode too, but I thought about doing that for the floor. It was just way too bright, so I decided, you know what? I'm chopping down so many trees. I got plenty of wood, so I'm going expensive route. All, you know, full logs on the floor, and then I'll just strip them all so it looks kind of nice and a little bit more texture. Just elevating the builds because as of right now, all I've been doing is just copying like villager houses essentially. And I mean, this is kind of the same aesthetic where it's just a villager house, but it's a little bit better because I did a more unique shape. It's still like symmetrical, which I lean too far into a lot of the time. So I might, on a later build or something like that, stray away from doing something perfectly symmetrical. But I mean, this is technically not perfectly symmetrical because, like, the variation between the stone blocks and the stone brick blocks make it where it's not exactly the same. But in terms of, like, the layout of the home, I don't want it to be super exact. But I made it kind of like a T shape. So it's not just a box, you know, it's a little bit more interesting than that. This took a good amount of Minecraft days. So it was a lot of just building over time, tweaking it, running back and forth. I had to keep harvesting more wood because I had a hard time saving it because I kept wanting to spend it all on more emeralds and things like that because any chance I got, I was buying a little bit of iron, but mostly just like diamond tools because I kept running out. I would just use the diamond tools up so fast. So I was able to save up like, I don't know, like 5 or 6 um, different diamond tools. So I always, at the end, I kind of like convert those or like a little towards the end. And that's how I was crafting like the pickaxes and things like that because although I spent time to unlock those traits from the villagers, I didn't really need to because all I really needed was that diamond chestplate trade, because it's the one that's the most valuable, at least from my opinion. I think where I spend 20 emeralds to get a diamond chestplate, and that diamond chestplate can be converted with the uncrafting table to 5 diamonds. That's really not a bad deal at all. So point is, I don't really need to buy each individual tool. It at some point it might be convenient, you know, if I have like a good stockpile of emeralds, then I don't, have to craft. I can just pick them up. But mm. Also, another notable thing is that since I kept crafting these diamond axes instead of buying the enchanted one. Oh, look, mending 38 emeralds. Terrible, terrible price, but I take it because it was pretty early on, and I didn't want to like. Mending is always one of those things that takes forever for me to get, and so I always just buy it at the first price I see it at, and if I come across a better one, I'll switch to that. What was I saying though? Oh, get dripstone. That's another good thing that I got from these guys. They're so useful. They're so handy. I need to show how many leads I have at some point because for every lead, roughly every 2 leads, that's a wandering trader. Sometimes one of the llamas dies and I don't get one of the leads. Uh, but for the most part, just divide how many leads I have by 2, and that's how many I have. Anyways, point is, since I didn't have silk touch on my diamond axe, there were a few times I mined a bee nest or a beehive, and they were angry. So there were a few times I might have been on half a heart, and I very much was just staying within the middle of the confines of my base because I just did not. I didn't want to chance anything. So this one is the longest consecutive video right now, clip that I'm showing because I wanted to show how much every other day, basically, that I'm getting emeralds from these guys. Like how much I can get out of them, because I do it every other day. most of the time because they always jack up the price the very next day after I buy them, where it's basically I have to give them a whole stack really of sticks in order to get emeralds. So I'm able to get like a stack and like a quarter of emeralds every single time I do this. So that's like every 3 days I'm getting 3 stacks.
Goodbye.
Or like 2.5. Oh, my speaker turned off. um, every few days I'm like getting a couple stacks, essentially, or 2.5 stacks. Which isn't too bad, but obviously it could be better if I cured them. But I don't want to go through that hassle. I have been trying to think of ways to like save time and stuff so that I can just start building, making more progress, things like that. And man, I came across a thing. I'm like, wait, how did I not think of that? Bamboo. So hopefully at some point, I'm sure they have them as an option. If a wandering trader gives me bamboo, definitely gonna buy it. That'll be something I will be utilizing so much because bamboo, it grows so fast. You can instant mine it with like uh I want to say even a stone sword. Maybe it's iron sword, but you can instant mine bamboo. So not only does it grow super fast, but you can harvest it instant mine so fast. And I mean, I have a diamond sword right now. I could get diamond swords so easily now at this point. So I'll always have a tool that's able to mine it real fast. So I will be using bamboo at some point when as soon as I unlock that, that's gonna be what I'm using for my villager trades instead of all these trees. The trees kind of are just like a multi, you know, use thing at the moment where I'm using them to build, I'm using them to trade, and collecting them. I'm just utilizing that mostly for the XP, to be honest, because I'm leveling up every ability I can, or I'm using it to combine books together, enchanting my gear, or I'm using it to just with my enchantment table doing that, which I do unlock at some point. Um, a little bit later, but I get that kind of set up right now. Um, I kept because Bedrock Villagers just they're really annoying, where they don't want to have like they kind of steal each other's workstations and stuff. I can't keep them in a specific thing, and I don't want to do any fancy workarounds. I just pick up every single one every time. I was able to get enough obsidian to make this enchantment table because I had the two um, lava from the what is it? I don't know what the structure's called. Oh, the blacksmith. This village. I was debating on since I unlocked dripstone, maybe building a little dripstone farm to make that into infinite stuff, but man, I didn't want to wait for it. I just wanted to hurry up and make an enchantment table because I wanted to get fully enchanted this episode. So I put that and I'll find more lava at some point. And then the other two um oh yeah, I got really lucky with some of the enchants. They were really good. I don't showcase them all because I didn't want to look through the timeline of all my recordings. Um but I show a few of the times I enchant stuff. Um oh, what was I talking about? What was I talking about? Mm, oh yeah. The other ones came either from like the blacksmith chest or maybe it was a ruined portal. I can't remember where I found that other obsidian, but point is, I used it, and at some point I'm gonna have to venture down below because honestly, all of this time I've played on the surface. The only time that I was kind of like lower down in the world is at like barely at all whenever I'm underneath my base, kind of mining for stone. Which, by the way, I can instant mine now because I have the, or like I can instant mine from any distance because bedrock, if you're farther away from a thing, if you mine at the very end of your reach, instant mine. Now if I use my haste ability with my pickaxe being efficiency 4, boom, it's just I can just look around and it's super easy. I only do it like once or twice because I honestly didn't really need that much stone because I was smelting stuff over time. I need to label these, but I really wanted to utilize the new chiseled bookshelves because I felt like that would be cool. So I kind of do that at some point. Um, what else? What else? yeah, just a lot of enchanting and stuff. I should have named the items when I'm like maxing them out, but technically these aren't maxed, okay? Efficiency 4 can be turned into Efficiency 5. I never got an Efficiency Villager, but I know the ones that I do end up unlocking, okay? It was Protection 4, Unbreaking 3, Thorns 3, what else? What else? Silk Touch, Mending. I don't know if I was able to find it in my recordings, but I do get another Mending Villager. I ended up cooking the other one with a lava bucket. So yeah, that must have been earlier, and I just chopped it out. But again, I should probably get better at how I record all my footage, because I literally just do it non-stop, the recording, and then I just kind of scroll through the timeline, finding all the bits and pieces of these little moments that I remember. And this is over multiple play sessions. So this video, the total playtime, 9 hours to do this video. And yeah, there's a lot to chop out, so not all the real big highlights are there. So I might just turn on the recording every so often, but I don't want to miss anything cool. And it's not like I have a hotkey toggle to like enable it, but look, a nice little cool overview of everything. For the most part, the trees, I was able to like non-stop mine them. But that was when I had the regrowth ability equipped. At a few moments, I turn it off so that I can just, because with the regrowth, not only does it put a sapling down, but it gives you bone meal as well. And then I'm getting a ton of saplings from just the trees falling down. So I have plenty on backup. So eventually I switch over between getting the regrowth that gives me more like saplings, more bone meal, etc., and replanting them to where it doesn't replant them, but I get experience points for every single log I mine, because again, I use it mostly as like a experience farm, so that I can do all my enchants, leveling skills, whatever. I get kitted up because now, at this point, I have my diamond helmet crafted from recycled armor, or not a recycled armor, recycled like diamond axes and pickaxes that I have saved. I just turn those into diamonds, and then I've put it into armor. So I had mostly Prot 4 armor at this point. Prot 4 chestplate, leggings, and boots. The helmet did not have Prot 4 on it. I don't think so. It might have had Unbreaking 3 though. Could be completely wrong. Point is, the armor wasn't as good as it could have been. But I still was out a whole night just fighting creatures because I wanted to put it to the test, and it endured. So I did that. My boots, I think, probably might at this point be, if they're not too expensive to add more stuff on, they're getting pretty close to it, so they won't be able to be completely max. But I don't even have the means to make them a perfect pair of boots, because I don't have soul speed or anything like that, and I'm not going to go to the nether if I could avoid it. I might venture out in terms of like what I imagine I'll do for the end game. I could look for more villages and play it safe, where I look at the brewing stands, okay, and convert those into blaze rods, and then use those blaze rods to create Eyes of Ender. Or I could go to the nether. Here's all the enchants I have on my armor. If you want, you can slow the video down, pause it, but it's mostly kind of repetitive stuff. Prot 4, Unbreaking 3, and Thorns and Mending. So the basics. I'm very protected. All of that. So next video, I'm gonna just be trying to, I don't know, coming up with more builds, more gear. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. See you in the next one.